Hi there, Martin Priestley here from Urban Wildlife Tips, and today I'm going to be talking about the garden arch and how it can improve the wildlife in your garden. Let's take a look. So let's first of all talk about the position of the arch. The arch needs to be in full sun like this one is in the middle of the garden. If you're a DIY person, they're fairly easy to do. I put this in concrete so it's not a problem, but it really must be in full sun. Right, and now the other thing as well, you'll notice here that this arch is probably about 3 or 4 years old. You notice here how thick this is becoming, right? There's nothing to stop you as well putting a nesting box on, right? But remember that when you're putting a nesting box on, especially, well, for blue tits, any sort of nesting box, it's got to be in that north to northeast arc. Are you with me? So don't put it in the south or anything. So you could attach a nesting box. You could put bird feeders as well. So these are some of the things you can do, as well as some of the plants which we'll talk about in a minute. You could even leave a moth trap out as well. I do this regular, put it by the honeysuckle and the jasmine because there's a real good fragrance. Are you with me? So, and also you can maybe catch some of the hawk moths, which are obviously attracted to both species. In fact, I've got a little surprise for you a little bit later on, so we'll have a look at that later. So let's talk about some of the plants then that you can have for a wildlife garden. This is what I've got here. This is a star jasmine. Love this star jasmine with the white flowers with the yellow centre. It's Trachelospermum jasminoid, which is a right name, but the fragrance of this is superb. As you can see, it's going to attract elephant hawk moths, all sorts of species of hawk moths, as well as other species as well. But it can be quite a vigorous grower. I haven't cut this down as yet, but I'll wait till after it's flowered. But don't be worried about that. You can prune them. And as well as the lovely smell and fragrance that this gives off, you can see they're already starting now. Come autumn time, the leaves turn a lovely sort of bronzy, reddy colour. A really nice bush. So this is highly recommended. Is this for all sorts of wildlife as well? Not only as a moth, as I've said, but also you'll get butterflies. And again, look how thick this foliage is. Once this gets up here, again, nesting opportunities for birds and roosting opportunities as well. So let's move on to this climber now. This is the honeysuckle. This is the common honeysuckle. I'll give you all the Latin names a little bit later on. But you can see here, if the camera, some of the flowers have already gone because it's quite getting a bit late now and the weather hasn't been that good for filming. The other thing, if the camera can come down, is what you've got to remember with all honeysuckles, they do like to have their roots in the shade, right? So what you can do is to put some stones here so it's in the shade. Now another little tip here, what I've done in the past, right, but I haven't got one at the moment, is put something like a slate over here, right, and then you may get amphibians or something like that as well going underneath. So it's doing a job to protect the roots of the honeysuckle, but also providing an extra little shelter for some sort of amphibians and things on that line. So don't be afraid. Yes, it is going to go quite quickly, but it can be pruned, so it's not a problem. So when you think about it, you've got a stunning arch which everybody's going to love, the wildlife are going to love, and also as well the fragrance you're going to love, but more importantly the wildlife's going to love it even better. So think about a garden arch, right? I'll leave you with that thought, but before I go, I'm going to have another smell of this absolutely stunning fragrance. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.